These are easy storage solutions you can try in your craft room today. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I want to talk about 5 easy and fun storage solutions that you can use in your craft space to really maximize the functionality and add a little bit of flair. We're going to jump right in and hit top 5. All right, first up is a craft cart. Craft carts are fantastic solutions for so many different spaces, whether they're big, small, in between, a ton of different great options with craft carts out here. This is the Lexington craft cart. It is from Michaels. I have used this one for a long time. It's great for holding some of those more lightweight supplies. It doesn't do well when you do a lot of weight in it. So I don't really recommend these for things like stickers and things like that really start to weigh a lot when you add a ton in there. But there are some fantastic options for breaking up the storage within these carts that you can see right here. You can purchase toppers that will help you organize things within the top tray or additional trays. These are just fantastic to be able to kind of group different types of projects together. Think of having all of your planning supplies in one space. Think of having journaling supplies. Think of having some of your crochet supplies, embroidery, whatever the case may be. These are fantastic for organizing by project. Now, if I'm being honest, I will probably never buy another Lexington cart again because I have discovered these craft carts from IKEA. I will link it down below. This craft cart is so sturdy. I absolutely love it. So it has 3 shelves, just like the other one, but the top 2 shelves are very shallow, which actually makes it a lot easier to get things in and out of these shelves. I use this as my shipping cart. You can see a ton of different things in here. It does have some accessories that you can hang off the sides. It's a little bit more utility style. It is bigger than the Lexington cart, but I wholeheartedly recommend this one. I think it is a fantastic solution for lots of different craft spaces, and it can hold just so much. This one moves really nicely. It has a bit larger wheels, which just make it a little bit more versatile in my opinion. I love this craft cart. I love a good craft cart. I think it can be very inspiring to walk into one that is set up with color and function and great for moving around your space. Another storage solution that I love, that I utilize a ton, would be command hooks. These are something that we see all throughout a house. You can see them right here. I use them to organize different washi tapes. I have washi tapes on these big 4-inch binder rings. These are some of my favorite washi tapes from Planything. I love having them grouped with kind of like washi tape, so I just grab a little bundle when I need it. But the command hooks are fabulous because they really allow you to take advantage of wall space. I say it all the time, wall space is really important. Think vertical when you're thinking storage. Obviously, I love to go vertical. I have some great towel bars right here. These are from IKEA and they serve the purpose of holding all my stencils. This is fabulous because I can see my stencils, and after I use them and wash them off, they also have kind of a drip dry thing going on right here, so it works out really well. But command hooks are fabulous because you can use them in so many spaces and they don't damage your walls if you apply them the correct way. Loving command hooks, and I think that they can be a great solution if you're afraid to install something more permanent on your wall. Let me just show you a little example right here. This is obviously my pegboard, but pegboards do require some more hefty installation onto your wall to hold weight. However, they have some high quality command hooks. You could get mason jars like this that would hang on command hooks. You could hang some things. You could almost create your own pegboard arrangement using different command hooks that you find. They have a huge variety. Target, Walmart, Amazon, check them all out. Command hooks, fabulous solution. Next up, let's talk about some storage that also adds a little bit of flair to your creative space. That would be these. These are actually plant holders. I picked these up from Hobby Lobby. They have all kinds of cute ones all over the place. I would highly recommend going to thrift stores. Getting these tiny little plant holders are fabulous for holding all kinds of supplies. Think all of your scissors, think your adhesives, of course, pens and markers and pencils and all the things. They add a little bit of personality. They're easy to customize in your space, which is awesome because I love just the little pop of color these add. Sure, there are other things that maybe will hold more, but it's nice to kind of mix and match your truly functional pieces with some that bring a little bit of flair and a little bit of personality. And I happen to think that these little plant holders are fantastic. These little planters for adding a little bit of interest to your desk space. All right, if you've ever watched any of the Home Edit organization series, they have a fantastic system, and part of their system is the containment method. They truly believe that if you contain your different items, that you will stay more organized, and that is certainly the case within a craft room. So the other storage solution I want to share with you would be boxes, boxes, boxes. There are all kinds of amazing boxes out there. I utilize lots of different kinds of boxes within this room. And even for supplies that you might not think need to be boxed, or I could just stack those on the shelf, something about having it contained within a defined space really helps me understand what I have in my stash, when it's starting to like boil over the edge and be a little bit too much. It allows me to easily access different materials at different times, pulling them into the space I need. This is especially helpful if you have a small space, or maybe you are organizing a craft room closet and you pull supplies to work at your dining room table and then you need to put them back up. Having them organized into some separate boxes is really helpful to contain the supplies and allow you to easily manipulate them. Let me show you some examples of the boxes that I have in my space. This closet area is an excellent example of a lot of different types of boxes that I use. So some of them I've picked up at like Home Goods, places like that. Those would be kind of the closed storage boxes. They have lids. They're solid. You can't see in them. And you can tell that these are ones that I may not be grabbing for all the time. Maybe projects I pick up that I want to work on in the future, seasonal items that only come out once a year. They are very helpful. I love that these particular ones have lids because they are not ones that I'm grabbing for on a regular basis. But when I start to come down here, I'm going to group baskets in with boxes. So these do not have lids on them. They obviously stay open. They contain supplies that I'm grabbing for frequently that come in and out. I love having a variety of different baskets around that I can use to organize different supplies. Let me show you kind of another example as we come over here. These are boxes or bins. These are the Home Edit ones. This holds some different supplies that are kind of hard to contain, to be honest. Collage supplies, different tissue papers, old magazines. This is all kind of mixed media collage-esque, but having them in boxes in particular allows me to easily pull what I need, bring it down to my desk, sort it, go through it, pick out what I want, and then get it all back in there and stack it back up pretty darn easily. So that makes it more accessible and easy for me to work with these different supplies when I'm ready to work on that type of project. Here's another example. We are back to shipping supplies over here. I have these boxes. They are a thick cardboard. They actually do have lids, but I leave the lids off of them, and they contain different shipping supplies. Yes, could I just stack up these shipping supplies? Sure, but they would easily fall off. There's just a lot of things. This helps me see how much I have. Obviously, it's time to restock, but it just makes it a little bit easier and a little bit neater looking in my space. Probably my favorite example would be my sticker book organization. I use these bins, open boxes from Target. These are the Bright Room collection. They work fabulous for organizing sticker books. I use them even for my large sticker books. Ta-da! I have them all over the place. They are just great multi-use pieces so I can use them for stickers. I can use them for other things as needs arrive. But I love having just a huge variety of boxes on hand, ready to start containing supplies by category, by size, by color, however it is you're wanting to organize a box to contain what you need. All right, last but not least is a tool an organization tool that you don't often see in a craft room, but I'm here to tell you it is so useful and can be used like in a million different ways in your craft room. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, do you recognize what this is? This is a pot lid holder. Yes, an actual pot lid holder. It's hard to see because I have mine filled with paper at the moment, but this is just your typical pot lid holder that you would put in a kitchen cabinet of some sort to keep things organized. I have used this particular piece in so many different ways in my craft room over the years. Because you are able to store things vertically, it just allows you to access materials easier. So for instance, right now I'm using it to hold 12 by 12 paper. It's just a different filing system than stacking things horizontally. It allows me to see all of my different collections very easily and get to it without pulling out a million different collections at once. I have also used these in the past to organize my planners. You know how when you put a bunch of books on the bookshelf and you're trying to pull out one at a time, it can kind of mess up the whole arrangement? Having it in the pot lid holders or having this on my desk so that they would stand vertical on my desk was super, super helpful. And then they're also fabulous for a lot of different tools. As crafters, we end up with a lot of almost random tools that are weird sizes. Think scoring boards and cutting boards and circle tray, like all the different things. Having a pot lid holder where you can kind of organize those on a shelf in a bin of some sort is really, really helpful instead of stacking them on top of each other. It might seem like it saves room to stack on top of each other, but the odds that you remember what is on the bottom of that stack is super small. So I love pot lid holders. I will always have one in my craft room. I will use it over and over and over in lots of different ways. It's really versatile and an easy storage solution that you can grab and put in your room today. All right, that was it. 5 quick, easy solutions that you can start using in your craft room today to make it more functional and make it more fun. Let me know, what are some of your go-to storage solutions? What are some of the things that you have to have in your craft space to keep yourself organized? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from this community. You all have the best ideas. So if you haven't already, make sure to check out the comments because you're going to love some of the ideas that you hear. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I will link supplies down below. If I forget something, be sure to let me know and I will add that on in. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon community. You all are the best. We have a fabulous time over on Patreon. There is a ton of perks available at a ton of different tiers, including the free tier. So if you haven't already, head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife, sign up and start joining in on all the fun. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.